Welcome to another Q&A session where I'm going to be answering your questions that you've been sending in, all things to do with property, business, wealth, and becoming even more successful. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button because that will really help the algorithm, and feel free to leave me a question or comment below and I will answer it in one of my up and coming shows.
America, so welcome to Mr. Leroy.
So here we go. Question number 1. This is from Raman Sharma. So hey Raman, and this is a brilliant question. The question is, what's the best tip you can give to anyone starting in property? Well, there's a lot of tips I could give, but you've asked me to give you the best tip, so this is what I'm gonna do. I would ensure that you are focusing in on your key primary strategy. So get really focused, follow one course until successful. I see a lot of people getting into property and they get the shiny penny syndrome and they're trying to do all these different strategies, or they start with one strategy, let's say rent to rent serviced accommodation. They have a few challenges. Maybe they didn't get the deal. Maybe they found it hard building relationships. And then the next minute they're on to doing flips. Then they're doing single lets. Then they're doing commercial conversions. Then they're off doing stocks and shares or multi-level marketing. Then they're working 2 jobs or getting into more businesses. Focus, focus, focus. This is really important. Get laser focused on what strategy is going to work best for you. So for example, if you're looking for an income replacement strategy, then a great place to start would be rent to rent serviced accommodation, or HMOs, houses in multiple occupancy, or even getting involved with deal packaging, minimum cash in, maximum profit out. If you want to build a portfolio more for your legacy, you understand it's going to take some more time, then you might want to focus on buy, refurbish, refinance. Buying the dirtiest, ugliest, smelliest house on the street, adding value, refinancing out, and then owning that asset where you also get the income. But my biggest tip for you, Raman, and anyone else watching this, is get laser focus. Don't chase the shiny penny and give it literally everything you got for a minimum of 12 months and say, this is what I'm gonna do, this is what I'm gonna focus on, and all I'm gonna do is focus in on the right strategy and get that first or next deal over the line. Next question, this is from Graham Hutchins. And oh man, this is an awesome one. Do you find the deal first or the money first? Great question. It's one of those like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And there's no right or wrong answer here, and it is personal to you. But certainly when I started off in property 7 years ago, again, doing it the right way, my first time out in property, I made every mistake in the book. I bought off-plan, new builds, glossy brochures overseas. I got sold to by really hot, sexy, gorgeous estate agents on the Costa del Sol. It was a disaster, and I actually ended up losing over 2 million euros. Think of a time that you maybe had some bad news. Think of a time that maybe you lost something. Maybe the last couple of years have been difficult for you. Maybe you've been feeling lost, overwhelmed, overworked, undervalued. But here's the thing. You can build a multi-million pound property portfolio using none of your own money. There are literally thousands and thousands of deals up and down the UK that are available for you to access. So this is my thinking. If you are doing something like rent to rent serviced accommodation or HMOs, you will need probably £3,000 to £5,000 to get that deal over the line. And a high cash flowing asset will typically make, let's just say, £15,000 per year. And let's say you've got a 5-year term with the landlord, well, that's potentially £75,000 worth of income. And if you've got an opportunity that's going to make you give or take 75,000, and all that's stopping you is £5,000, I would hope that you would be resourceful enough to go and find that £5,000. It's not hard to find 5 grand. Friends, family members, leverage money, sell stuff, get on eBay, do some stuff on Amazon. And look, if you was in a life or death situation and you needed to raise 5 grand, could you raise the money? I'm pretty sure you could. So for those types of deals, I wouldn't worry too much about the money right away because you can get very, very resourceful. If you are looking to buy property, and let's say you need 100 or 2 or 300 grand, or you're going to do bigger deals, then as soon as you get an offer accepted, you've got to move pretty fast. And if you don't have access to money right now, then I would certainly spend time looking more for the funders, the private funders, and raising the money that way. Now, you may have a situation in the future where you have the deal and you don't get the money, or you have the money and you don't get the deal. But what will happen over a period of time is that you will have a money flow coming in, you will have a deal flow coming in, and I now know, even for my bigger deals, I can raise money pretty quickly. They call me the money man in property. I've personally raised over £9 million in joint venture funding. My first ever investor was Dave from Bazan, who just lent me £5,000. Next investor, 250,000. Fast forward to today, over £9 million. There is not a shortage of money in the world. And actually, I find finding the money is far easier than finding the deal. I leave that up to my business partner, the one and only Mr. Munoz. Okay, let's get into the next question. This is from Nikki Plummer. So, hi Nikki, thanks for sending your question in. Thanks for being one of my fans, followers, someone that is watching and consuming my stuff. So this is a great question. It's a bit of a personal question, but that's okay. No question is a silly question. And the question is, what impact has being successful had on your life? Well, yeah, that's a really great question there, Nikki. And, you know, I've had a lot of ups and downs. I wasn't born into success. I wasn't born successful. I lived on rough council estate. My mum went through and divorced my dad, and then she had a really bad second marriage. And I always felt from a young age that I would do anything to protect my mum and protect my brother. And I made a promise at a very young age that no matter what, I was going to be super successful. And I just associated having money with being happy. Now, that's not always the case. I've had money in the past and I've been very unhappy. But I used to obsess over material items, fast cars, Rolex watches, private jets, yachts, men in nice Armani or YSL suits. And I just made a decision subconsciously that I was going to be successful. Now, being successful can also have its drawbacks in terms of the grind to get there, and you have to make sacrifices, definitely 100%. You hear a lot of this stuff around get rich quick schemes. They don't exist. Hey, you might win the lottery, you might get lucky on cryptos, but the real success comes with consistent hard work over a long period of time. But where I am now, I'm now 41. I feel like I'm bloody 21. I've got a lot of energy. I've got great balance in my life. I get to work with amazing people. I've got a brilliant team. And it really has enabled me to have a positive knock-on effect with my wife, with my 4 amazing children, so I can inspire and motivate them. And, you know, when you become successful, what's your version of success? Is it more time? Is it more money? Is it a mixture of the both? And when I got back into property 7 years ago, and I just lost my business, it was a very, very painful period of my life. The actual official liquidation figure was minus £392,000. And I did find myself crying myself to sleep for a few nights. I felt like I'd let Holly down. I felt like I'd let my kids down. It was horrific. But through that, I gained the most amount of growth. I met who now is my business partner, Jay Munoz. I got out my own way. I decided to focus back in on assets again. I got around successful people. I invested in my own training and mentoring. I've now co-founded the UK's premier property business and wealth training company. So one of the biggest impacts of being successful is living life on your own terms, doing the things that you want to do, deciding when you get up, deciding when you go to bed, following your passion. I think that's really important. You know, to be successful, you've got to make sure you're following your passion. But I've also now been able to go and inspire and motivate hundreds of thousands of people up and down the UK to go and live a better life so they can do the things that they want to do. Thanks for asking me that question. But yeah, being successful has had a massive impact on my life. It's come with its challenges. There's been ups and downs, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Right, moving on. I'm loving these questions. We've got a question from Andrew James. So, hi Andrew, great to have you on the show and giving you a special shout out. He says, how do you find the time to have so many successful businesses? Yeah, good question there, Andrew, because one of the biggest blocks that people have is time, or they think it is time. But here's the thing. We all have the same 24 hours in a day as, say, Richard Branson or Alan Sugar or Elon Musk or all of these big names. It's what you do in those 24 hours that will either keep you where you are or move you to success. So what's really important, Andrew, and anyone else tuning in, is making sure that you are focusing in on high income generating tasks. What can you do on a daily basis that's going to bring in the most amount of money in the shortest space of time? Where are you most useful within your business? There are many, many things, let me tell you now, that I'm freaking useless at. I hate organization, I hate admin, I hate the numbers. I'm great at starting things, not always the best at ending things. So, you know, it is important to play to your strengths, that's for sure. And also manage your diary correctly, focus in on high income generating tasks, and also build a team. You know, I now co-own the UK's premier property business and wealth training company. We run hundreds of different types of events. We have 7 different verticals. We've got 4 property training courses. We've got a sales course. We have a business and marketing course. We have a speaker course. That wouldn't be possible. That wouldn't be possible unless I had an amazing team behind me and also locked in and focused in on amazing business partners and joint venture partners. People say like I'm super busy all the time, and I do get obsessed with this stuff, don't get me wrong, but I make sure that there is balance. And if I'm not good at something or I don't want to do something, I will find the person far smarter than me at that particular task. So great question there, Andrew. Thanks very much. And I'll finish on this question. This is from Antonio Britton. So Antonio Britton. And again, a personal question. What do you do in your spare time? Well, it's funny, we were just talking about time. Spare time? What the bloody hell is spare time? Now, I do have spare time on my hands. And I also think it's important in life to do things that you enjoy, do things that's going to make you smile, and live life to the max. Because here's the thing. We don't know how long we got left. Somebody went to sleep last night with the full intention of waking up this morning, and they did not wake up. That person is no longer able to create memories, live the life of their dreams. And I would hate for any one of us to leave this amazing planet without having created memories. So in my spare time, I like to create memories. I enjoy the cinema, love a salt popcorn and a tango ice blast and a cinema hot dog. I enjoy hanging out with my 4 amazing children and doing stuff as a family, and also spending one-to-one time with each of my children to develop my relationship and my friendship with them. Of course, I love hanging out with my wife, Holly, and you know, she's like my best mate really, and we do lots of great stuff together. I like going out for meals, and I enjoy gym. So gym is part of my daily routine. I gym probably 5, sometimes 6 days a week. I have a great trainer. I'm in there at 6, half 6 or 7 o'clock. And I also enjoy carp fishing. So I'm a keen carp angler, do lots of carp fishing in France. I fish here in the UK. That's a really great way for me to unwind and also come up with some new great ideas. And I love traveling as well. I like eating lots of good food. So there's some of the things that I do on my spare time. I always try every single day to think, what can I do today that I'm really going to enjoy? And hey, even in my spare time, I do more work because I love business, I love entrepreneurship, I love working with other people. I love working on new ideas, working on high income generating tasks, multiple streams of income. But for me, it's really about enjoying life, living life to the max, giving it everything you got every single day. I'm a very highly motivated individual. I bring good energy to the party. And yeah, that's what I enjoy to do. So thanks for asking me that question. This has been a brilliant Q&A session. Keep sending your questions in. Leave me a question below and I'll give you a special shout out in one of my episodes. If I can do it, you can do it. If you're new to my channel, make sure you smash the subscribe button. I will be talking more about property, business, wealth, how to make money, manage money, multiply money, how to become more successful, how to build teams, ups, the downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hit the like button for me. That will really help the algorithm. And hey, why not watch another video right now? I'll see you on the other side.